Coyote here doing a daily advice read for Taurus. Let's see what Taurus needs to know today. What does Taurus need to know today? I'm using my Epic deck. My biggest supporter, #1 fan, got me this deck. It's really cool. It's epic. My card fell on the floor. All right. Let's see. 3 of Swords. All right, and 3 of Swords in this deck has its own special little meaning, so let's see what that is. Let's see. Sneaky, roguish guy there, right? 3 of Swords. The sword weighs heavy. Everyone says they want the truth. If they knew the pain it could cause, they would not always be so eager. You have discovered a truth, now must carry it and its consequences with you. So maybe somebody had a harsh truth recently, and maybe that there's a choice involved, they just have to deal with the fallout that can come with that. That can be hard to deal with. My favorite deck, what's the challenge? My favorite deck says a harsh truth is better than a soft lie, and I definitely tend to agree with that. Challenge. The longer we live with a lie, whether somebody tells us that or not, even if it's the lies we tell ourselves, the harder it is to deal with, the more it feels like a betrayal, and it gets sour in your stomach, and it's just not fun times. All right. So our challenge is the 9 of Wands, which is the book. In this deck. That guy looks very formidable. So let's see. That's the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands is Wounded Warrior. Talks about resilience, but here, let's see, the book controls. Ideas and projects can take on a life of their own, becoming like monsters. Instead of inspiring us, they terrorize and control. Do not let ideas, however good, become your God. Right, so don't be so rigid in your ideas and beliefs that that you're a slave to them. Sometimes we can get so into something that it controls us, like some people, with their diets, maybe. They go so far that they can't, they can't go to a friend's house to eat, or they can't go, and I'm not talking about food allergies, of course, I'm just talking about, like, some people decide, oh, I'm not going to eat sugar or something, which is awesome. But, if it comes to where you can't even go to, like, like a birthday party because the sugar or whatever, like, not letting these things stop us from living life. So, maybe somebody has beliefs or thoughts that are so rigid that they keep them trapped as their truth. A harsh lie. You have to carry the consequences of a harsh lie. So maybe something, I'm getting something about telling yourself the lies we tell ourselves. Let's see. What's the advice? That was too many. Ace of Cups fell on the floor. Let's see. What's the advice? Five of Spheres. Alright, let's see. Spheres are pentacles. 5 of Pentacles is left out in the cold. But let's see. The Sphere denied. Life is meant to move and flow, and this goes easier when we share, consuming only what is necessary. Someone has taken more than they require, causing lack and despair for others in need. So, don't be greedy. Being left out in the cold. This is more about somebody taking, and so you have less. But, that can have you feeling left out in the cold because you don't have enough. You don't have enough for yourself even. So somebody found out a truth, and it hurts to carry. And then this 9 of Wands, don't let an idea get so big that it becomes your God. Don't be a slave to your own rule, or A harsh truth, becoming a slave, or being a slave to your ideas, and somebody taking too much. The advice. It feels like maybe somebody here has or is going through a situation where they were hurt by something they found out, whether that be, or they realized, or some truth came to them, um, whether that's the lies we tell ourselves, or somebody else. And because of the way that they view things, the way that they view, the way that they operate, they feel stuck. They feel stuck because it's like, you know, finding out, like maybe all your friends that are, this is a terrible analogy, but maybe all your friends' husbands, go to the strip club, and then your husband goes, but you don't really care if he goes. But then all your friends are like, oh, you can't believe he did that. And then you have to be like that, and then there's a breakup, and it's all over something that didn't even matter. That was a terrible analogy. That's just, for some reason, the first thing that came in my head. But something like that, something like it feels like because this is not how you think it should go. But it doesn't even matter, really. Something to do with that. And then somebody taking too much. You don't have enough. Is the advice. I think the advice there is, I think this has to do with making sure you're not over giving, or making sure that you're taking care of yourself, that you have enough for yourself. Because it is easy to, especially for Taurus, or when they have their people, they're loyal to a fault. They stay in situations that they should not, both out of loyalty and out of stubbornness. And so, making sure you don't get too run into the ground, because Taurus can take a lot, but don't let yourself get to that point. Don't let somebody take to where you don't have enough. Make sure you're standing and having enough, and demanding from yourself that you be in a situation that is respectful of you, that you're deserving of, not taking less because because that's what's expected, just because everybody knows, oh, they'll sacrifice, and you do. But it's it's a good quality. It's not a bad quality at all, but it does leave you with less. And so making sure that you don't just get continuously left out like that, making sure people understand that sometimes your cup needs to be filled too, I guess. I know that was kind of vague. I hope that helped somebody. I hope y'all understood what I meant. Anyway, see you later, Tars.